Why should you watch anime? Anime teaches educational and moral values. The characters are diverse and the story plots are intense. And the variation of stories can fit anyone's taste. Dragon Ball Z, Sailor Moon, Naruto, and Pokemon, these are all shows that I'm sure that you've heard of before. So what category do they fall into exactly? Cartoons? Not really. All of these shows fall into a broad category known as anime. Anime originates from Japan and continues to increase in popularity in the United States. Anime, unlike cartoons, is watched mostly by adults and has a wide age range for this fandom. So, why is anime becoming so popular and why should you watch it? Today, I will be explaining the reasons in 3 sections. First, I will talk about how it teaches educational and moral values. Second, I will explain how the variation of different stories within multiple genres can fit anyone's taste. And lastly, I will explain how the diverse characters and the intense story plots will definitely suck you in and keep you interested. Anime isn't like your average mindless cartoon. Unlike Pokemon, which has a lighthearted story, anime such as Attack on Titan and God Eater are more mature and on the darker side of things. The plots differ in major ways, mostly because they're set in completely different universes, but both main characters have everything taken from them. But despite all the things that happen to them, such as your parents being eaten or all of your friends being brutally murdered, the characters continue to keep their will to live and fight for rightful justice. Throughout the stories, multiple characters continue to fight for everyone to keep their humanity and to not become like the monsters they battle or the evil people who created them. These animes are just 2 examples of how the characters teach you to keep your beliefs and morals true to yourself, no matter what happens. Now that I've talked about the moral and educational values that anime teaches, I will now tell you about the variations of stories and how it can fit anyone's taste. So, blood and guts isn't your thing. Attack on Titan and God Eater aren't the only animes. Are you passionate about volleyball, basketball, or maybe baseball? Haiku, Kuroko no Basket, and Diamond no Ace may be the animes for you. Even if you aren't really a fan of sports, these animes hold a captivating storyline and will keep you on the edge of your seat. And these animes are always introducing opposing teams that have deadly aces with unique skills and sets. Romance has always been popular, so there's no surprise that there's not a shortage of it in anime. Ouran High School Host Club is an anime that tells a story of a poor girl who gets accepted into a rich school. She ends up being mistaken for a boy due to her short hair and rough appearance of a commoner. She is dragged into becoming a member of the host club at Ouran, none of the boys knowing that she's female, causing her to have to keep the secret from them so she can stay at the school. Lovely Complex is an anime that tells the story of an extremely tall girl developing feelings for her vertically challenged rival who plays on the basketball team. Their constant banter and bickering make this love story pretty amusing to watch, the height difference only adding to the silliness. Okay, complex and fascinating mysteries are always fascinating to watch unravel to get the bigger picture all together. Death Note and Code Geass are 2 of those animes that might interest you. Now, I won't say much for these animes in light of keeping spoilers out of the way, but I guarantee you that you won't see what's going to happen next. If you're looking for straight up action, the 7 Deadly Sins and Brave 10 are the animes for you. So the 7 Deadly Sins is set in medieval times, each character representing each of the deadly sins, their powers corresponding with their individual sins. And Brave 10 tells of 10 ninjas who band together to alter the course of history, even though they're reluctant to do so at first. I could talk about many more animes, but as you can see, there are different genres and unique storylines within these genres. Everyone can find something that they like in anime. My last point that I will be discussing is how the character diversity within anime that makes it so fun to watch. Anime is quirky and unique in its own way. The characters are all uniquely designed by the creators, every creator putting in a lot of thought and detail into each character, including the sub characters, the side characters. And all the side characters normally contribute to the plot equally as well. So as you can see here, we have a normal character design, which is like Eren from Attack on Titan, Kageyama from Haikyuu, or Mikasa from Attack on Titan as well. They all have a normal design. But in different animes, such as Kamigami no Asabi and Code Geass, they all have like crazy wild color hair, and their design is a lot more detailed. And a lot of times the creators, they will match the character's personality, like their hair, with their clothes. So like, Loki is the god of fire, so his hair is red. And Susanoo is the god of the sea, so his hair is blue. And all of their clothes kind of go with that. Yeah. So, today, I have talked about how anime teaches educational and moral values. Then I talked about how the variation of stories can fit anyone's taste. And lastly, I talked about how the characters are diverse and the stories are intense. And in conclusion, I think that everyone should give anime a try. You never know what you're gonna like until you give it a shot.